You're very welcome. So I'd like to kind of get in the meat and potatoes of the meeting tonight. We'll get right into it. I have several special guests that will be joining us, but the first gentleman, he has some, his grandson is moving up tonight, so I'm going to have him come up first, but it's Mr. Joe Ancona from Feed Our Veterans. And many of you may know him from the fantastic nonprofit program that they have right down there on Broad Street. But the reason I asked him to be here tonight is because I wanted him to be able to speak to you about some of the things that they do down there, and of course, all of the non-perishable food items that you have been so gracious to donate are going to go directly to Feed Our Vets, and I'd like him to introduce that program to you, maybe learn a little bit more about what they do down there. Mr. Ancona, thank you.
Water, my voice carrier.
All right.
But first of all, thank you very much for having me. I always look forward, to talk to folks. If I get carried on, give me one of those, please, because sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But anyway, just a little bit about myself. I'm 20 years Army, 21 years with the state of New York, and I've been with the Feed Our Vets since 2010. I run the food, just bought a building, 502 Broad Street. The money was donated from two businesses in Utica, each $100,000 a piece. So that's how we bought the building. Actually, our rent I'm sorry, our mortgage is cheaper than what our rent was at the other buildings. But if you folks ever get anywhere open all day Wednesday, actually 1:30 to 5:30, feel free to stop down. I'll show you the operation because it's amazing. Okay. Right now we have over 800 registered vets, okay, at our facility, of which we probably feed 450, 500 a month. You add dependents and we're talking maybe 700 or 800 people, which equates to between 35 and 40,000 pounds of food go out of our door every month. And we're all staffed by volunteers, including myself. I've been a volunteer for 12 years now. To make our organization run smooth, we'd like to have 20 volunteers there to suffice for all the things that we do there. Okay. The only problem that we're going to have in the future is all the volunteers are our age. So I don't know what we're going to do, once we all move to our next level. Okay, whatever that may be. But I understand kids are in school, kids work, and the last thing on our mind is volunteering. We do a lot of ROTC. Kids have to volunteer. Kids doing confirmations have to volunteer. The list goes on. But we love to have people come down and see our operation. Okay. We had an issue with parking down there. We somewhat got that resolved because our neighbor next door is letting us use his parking lot. He did in the beginning, but he is now, so he's working with us. And I don't know what he has against vets, but it is what it is. Okay. We also we try to open up our organization. So like if there's a spouse that her husband was in the military and he passed, that she, even though he wasn't registered before, can still use our facility. Also vice versa. If the husband, their wife was in the military, he can still, use our facility too. If they come fine. Sometimes it's hard to get a vet to come the first time, but once he comes there and then he talks to the other vets, they loosen up a little bit and they don't feel out of place or anything else. Okay. Dominic, he did an article with his magazine this year on us, this gentleman right here, and it was fantastic. We got more support from that. It helps us out a lot too. And I was telling Joe Beecher's school a while ago, we've doubled in the last 6 months the amount of vets that have been using our facility. And again, they're all our age. They just can't make it. Social security checks just doesn't cut it. But if you come shopping there, you're going to end up with 150 to 200 pounds worth of food and meat. We give you enough meat for a week, and that's donated by Hannaford's. Okay, every week we go down and they donate all the meat to us. Okay, great organization. And and we go to all 5 of them in the area. So that takes us a good part of Monday morning. We get most of our food from the Central New York Food Bank out of Syracuse. I use a figure, excuse me. If we spend maybe 3,000 a month from them, they'll duke us or give us the same amount of free food. Okay, which is cheeses, frozen vegetables, and the list goes right on. We have 15 freezers and about, I think, 4 or 5 professional refrigerators. So we used to take non-perishable, and then we still do non-perishable foods. But you can donate frozen foods also because we had the facilities to store them. Okay. Do anybody got any questions as I'm rattling on here? Come on, make my life easier.
Where is it located?
I'm sorry.
Where is it located?
Oh, 502 Broad, right on the corner of Broad Street and Second. Yep. Okay.
I was going to ask, as Lucille just mentioned, 502 Broad?
Yeah.
Now, you feed the vets there?
Oh, well, no, it's actually, they do their own shopping.
Oh,
So it's a regular
shopping.
pantry,
Good.
not a cooked food type of facility.
Nobody stays in the building either? It's not housing or anything?
Oh, no.
I didn't know about it at all.
Yeah, actually, we've been in for 15 years. We've been in, and vets are coming in now, never even heard of us, and it's tough to understand that,
Vets
because
help out the ones that are able?
yeah. Well, now here's the other thing: if you're homebound, you're a veteran. I will go over your house just to get a face-to-face with you because a lot of people try to scam us. You don't believe the stories I've heard throughout the years. But so I'll go talk to that veteran, and maybe he'll want the guy next door or his son, brother, do his shopping. Not a big deal. He signs a form. I get a face-to-face with him. I check his DD 214, which is active duty record, okay, or his VA card and his driver's license to make sure that's the gentleman or young lady, whatever. Okay. Yep. And we have a regular board because we're nonprofit. Okay. And, like I say, we got one paid employee, and that's Rich Sinek. He's the actual founder of Feed Our Vets. Okay. He's my brother-in-law. He married my kid's sister. And that's how I got tied up in it, which is a good thing.
Is this pertaining to it?
I'm sorry?
Is this pertaining to it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think my sister and himself they have their pictures in there.
Today, I'm going to show you how to set up.
So,
Yes.
do you ever utilize community service individuals? A lot of town boards and even sometimes city boards will.
Funny you mentioned that, but yeah. A probation officer for a certain individual call me. The first thing I ask is anybody that has a record of lately on people that had a little bit of a violent past, we don't need that. Or pedophiles. Yeah, we don't do that. No. I'm sure everybody here has a problem with that too. So, especially the officer.
We had the one guy a couple years ago. He was a sex offender. He had a sign that said "Feed the Homeless Vets." Retired police officer.
Oh yeah.
On social media.
Oh no, it was crazy for a while. We had one guy from Boonville. He had to do 200 hours. All right, but he wasn't a sex offender. He had a lot of pot plants on the property. So he was with us almost a year. Just to get 200 hours. Yeah, like I said, you ought to hear the stories. But anyway, I get an education. I'm pretty sure I got an education in being with us. Yeah. You know what I mean?
So, folks, do you have any other questions for Joe?
One quick one, where are the hours that you open up?
Okay, we're open every Wednesday at 1:30 to 5:30. But the vets start lining up there like 11 o'clock. I mean, there's enough food for everybody, but everybody wants to get in. And, like last week, I had to let them in early. It was so hot. I let them in early. We got to be careful because of how many people we put in there, the fire codes, and the list goes on like that. And then we got to go I got to go outside and break up the fights. These guys But they listen to me because if they don't listen to me, they don't eat. So they shut up.
And there's actually a couple reasons that we asked Joe to come. As many of you know, that we're going to continue to collect non-perishable food donations that will go to feed our vets. But there also is a secondary purpose that I asked you to be here. I'm not sure if I told you, kind of a surprise, but Mr. Lott, in addition to helping us raise the flag, he is also the vice chairman of an organization called the Constitutional Caucus of New York. That organization does pro-veteran fundraising and they contribute to veterans organizations. And on behalf of the Constitutional Caucus, Mr. Lott would like to present you guys with a cash donation.
That's always good. Oh, well.
Now let's do it right in front. Can we do it?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Excellent. There you are. Yeah.
How am I gonna cash out?
You have to go to a really big bank.
We've got two.
Turn to the camera.
Take a picture or anything?
Absolutely, yeah, so. Let's snap a couple pictures, thank you so much. So, Mr. Lott, would you like to just say a little bit about the donation?
Well, it is a great organization, even in the Kentucky and Louisville also takes donations for VRS also. And one of our members is Louisville VFW, OJNC VFW 5538. Rich Kaufman is also one of Joe's.
No, he works our, yeah. So he works as, and again, he's our age, he works, he's around the street.
But it is good. There's a lot of people out there that need help, and we have, it's really tough. I don't know how some people make it. I know too many people that are just really stretching and they're living on credit right now, and most of these folks aren't able to have that kind of credit to back up on. And that's not a backup. Credit is not a, if you don't have cash, you got to be able to get it from somebody else. And I'm a firm believer in, when people need help, your first choice should be your family and friends. And if your family and friends can't help you out, then you have church to rely on. And if you have, and your church should be able to help you too. If not, if you don't have family and friends to help you, what's your last backup? Is charitable organizations that help people out. But I firmly believe that the government is the last answer for helping people out, because once you get that, it's almost like being on, I don't want to say it, plantation. People don't want to get off it; they want to stay on it, and they go for free. But when you go to family and friends, a church, or a charitable organization, they usually require something out of you, unless you're totally disabled or something like that. We always apply. We always want to make sure those people are taken care of. But some people should be able to get something back for what they receive. That doesn't cost them anything. So it's really a great thing. We probably do that up to the VFW. I know there's some other organizations that help too. So it's really a good cause, and thank you all for your participation in this and your donations to help these guys. It goes a long way. It really does. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Just so everybody knows, we do not get any grants from the government, federal government, county, state, city,